It is time for the real halftime report, and look at this. From Chicago, Larry Levin, Nicole at the Exchange, Michael Robinson in San Francisco, Lauren, Liz right here. Jobless claims, very weak. GDP, even weaker, but the Dow closed at a record high. Larry, you want to tell me what's going on?
Well, these markets certainly don't want to go down, that's for sure, Stuart, and I think everybody counts on the Fed to, really correct anything or really make up for any kind of bad economic data, and we've gotten lots of bad economic data, so it's really more of the same. The Dow made a new high, like you said, all-time high yesterday. The S&Ps are 12 short points away from that too, Stuart, so it's really interesting to watch these stock indexes continue to rally on economic news that really isn't very good.
Yes, that's right. It's fascinating. Michael Robinson, what do you say?
Yeah. I agree with him quite a bit, actually. You know, it's good news for investors. I think it'll help with confidence. We see the situation where when we get weak economic news, people expect more action from the Fed. So I'm not surprised that with bad news, we're getting a little bit of a rally here.
All right. We get the big April jobs number tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern. Larry, give me the number on new jobs created.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot lower than people think, Stuart. Certainly the GDP was a big surprise, so my number's 180,000.
Nicole, your number?
300 plus would be beautiful. I'm going to go with 205. Really, in my heart, I want to say 200 or less, but the estimates are for 210. So because I'm in a good mood, I'm going to go with 205.
Michael, come on in. What's your number?
I'm on the low end here today. I say 165,000, primarily because we had a very weak first quarter with the weather and construction. And I know the logistics of hiring up a bunch of crews and getting them going, so I'm looking for it to be a little lower for the month of April, but then probably exceed forecast for the month of May when we get the pipeline of construction and other industries with the crews back hired and going again.
Liz, I see you at 215,000 new jobs. That's right in line with everybody else's expectations. What's the word? The consensus. That's
the
what
consensus. Yeah, I'm probably really overly optimistic here, and I'm more in line, I think, with what Nicole and the others are saying. I am being optimistic. 250,000, probably come in less than that, though.
You're on the same page there, Lauren.
Yeah,
215.
Maybe the more bullish in the group here. What do we get if we're right, me and Liz?
Well,
nothing.
No, you get nothing. There's kudos, I suppose, which is free at this point.
Brownie points.
Yeah, you're right. We've got some other stories, and we're watching them for you. I'm going to get some comment. The cloud storage company called Box may delay its IPO. Michael Robinson, why the delay?
The timing is just not good for them. And this is we've had a few instances in the past 5 years where we've had so many IPOs coming at once, it's time to drop back a little bit. You know, the tech sector has been under pressure, as we've talked about here several times, Stuart, over the last 4 to 6 weeks. I think it was smart for them to drop back and wait and see if they can get a little bit better valuation in sometime this summer. I think it's a smart move. General Motors. Taxpayers lost more than $11 billion on the General Motors bailout, about $1 billion more than first reported. Liz, does that mean anything to you?
Well, it's a big whoops. You know, they did the bookkeeping. The expectation was off by nearly $1 billion, and it comes at the same time that GM is doing that massive recall. There's fights about opening up the bankruptcy of GM again. There was allegations of bankruptcy fraud committed by GM when it got the bailout.
Yeah, but the stock is up and their sales are up despite all of the above. The stock's back to 35. I'm not going to forget about Yelp. Money's coming in there. Mobile ads doing very well. Lauren?
Yep, Yelp's numbers were pretty good. Revenue popped by 66%. More local ads, more ads on mobile. So look at that bounce for the stock. But look at the level, 65.14. The high of this stock was just about $102 in March 5th to be exact. So this stock has certainly been cut nearly in half at this point.
I think we've got an even bigger pop at Weight Watchers. Is that right, Nicole?
That's right. You don't want to pop in the scale, but a pop in the stock is nice, right? So take a look here. Right now, you're seeing a good move here. The company came out with great numbers for revenue and earnings, raised the guidance for 2014. What a different picture than the last earnings report. They've worked so hard on keeping the members they have and fighting off the internet that has all these free apps to gauge your diet. So they're working with companies, insurance, and the like, and doing personal programs to try and keep those members coming in.
All right, everybody, let's wrap it up. Thanks one and all for the real halftime report. We'll see you again soon.